Good day everybody. This is going to be another Knights and Merchants video, and this one will be on a campaign called the Path of Blood. It was made by this crew at Knights and Merchants forum. As you can see here, the first post about it was in 2012, and this was a promo picture of the campaign. But again, it was called Path of Blood. The campaign really didn't have a storyline, so it wasn't technically a campaign, I guess, but I still consider it one. It only had 4 missions though. The first mission was announced in 2013, but it wasn't until August of 2017 that the first mission was finally released. And I'll provide a link to this thread in the video description. And this is the mission that this video is going to be about. But I'll provide a link to this mission as well as the other 3 missions, because remember I said there were 4 missions that are part of this campaign. But just briefly, this is what one of the map makers had to say about the missions, the difficulty and so forth. The 4th mission was released on November 8th of 2017, and this is what one of the map makers had to say about that. But it turned out that there was a problem with some of the bowmen up here, I believe. And then there was a bit of discussion in the thread about it and what can be done to fix it. They thought it was an incompatibility with Windows 10, but ultimately Ray, who is now a KaM Remake developer for the newest version, fixed the problem. And so the 4th mission that I provide a link to in this video description is the one that he fixed. The original names of the files for these missions were something else, but I thought just to rename it for you all, POB for Path of Blood. I selected the first mission, and with this mission, when I played Co-op Nights missions 10 and 11, where you can see in both of them that there was a goal time to beat it in. But when you start this map, you can see that the time limit is 4 hours. Otherwise you don't win it at all. But you get immediately attacked. I'm the blue in this case. And I have some men here that are engaging with the battle with my ally. And he's just getting attacked from every direction. The original name of this mission was called Escape. And you are player 4 in this mission. I recolored my player to purple before I played this, so just so that you know. And it's a darker purple than there's a purple player in here, but mine's a little bit darker. If you've seen my video with Northern Islands 1, then the last town that I defeat in this mission reminds me of the town that's in the east. It's equal in size to the amount of troops. So it almost looks like a copy of that map, so to speak. But for those who haven't seen that video, I would encourage you to go watch it because a lot of people liked it who watched that video. I was kind of hesitant to make this video because it doesn't really add to any of the tactics you've seen in this playlist, save maybe a few things about winning with 0 losses in a special situation and how to deal with a beginning predisposition which could hinder you from getting 0 losses if you wanted to. So I guess I'll start this mission. As you can see, I'm getting attacked here, and I have a few troops right around my barracks. I want to save that barracks. And by this storehouse down here, I have recruits that are going to immediately go into some watchtowers that I've been given from the start. But as you'll see, I'm going to destroy all those towers and just use them as recruits, so I don't have to really train that many men and not really have to build much of anything. This is pretty much a fighting tutorial. And you can see over here by my ally, I have a group of lance carriers, and I also have a group of militia down here. We have a light purple town here, a pretty densely populated green town here. This is the one that kind of reminds me of Northern Islands 1 co-op map, like the eastern or western village in those. And then we have a huge red player up here that has quite a bit of troops to start with, and a big town. The allotted time for this map again was 4 hours. I completed it, as you can see in the above, in about 84 minutes without any losses. So for those who are interested to play this campaign and want to try out this first mission and maybe even try to get 0 losses yourself, go ahead and stop this video and just go to the video description and download these and give it a shot. And then if you get 0 losses or you want to learn how, you can just come back to the rest of this video, because pretty much the rest of this video is going to be showing this replay. But anyway, thank you for watching, and for those who are going to continue, thank you for watching. Okay, the first objective is, I know that this is a losing battle between my ally and the enemy, so I'm just going to pull out that group of lance carriers and my group of militia and bring them home. Not going to really use them that much in this mission. In the meantime, I'm going to stop the enemy from destroying my barracks. So in order to do that, I just go ahead and do the following. And this is so that I also don't lose any men. Just have to... These horsemen are taking hits from the arrows, so you have to move them a little bit in order to bypass that. But now comes the part where the enemy, which is green and more green, is destroying my ally's town. So I just placed a building fence here. I guess I'll show the beginning of it. This is when my laborers come. I have one laborer go that way to build the building fences down there where the purple town is, but this is this laborer. And I'm going to be sending a few troops here to take care of all of this green AI. Just like so. As long as you hit each group that comes this way to destroy the tower with your bowmen that you place here, then they'll be after the bowmen and not the buildings or even this building fence. So that pretty much allows me to kill them. The cool thing is, one thing that wasn't obvious is that after they build the building fences, I have some buildings, something I'm building, oh, the road up here. So I didn't want them to go get killed by the army, so I took care of it like this when they were coming up. I put some building fences here because they're highest priority, just to keep them away from the army. And then they went up and then built this road. But in the meantime, I'm building building fences here because I'm going to take out the light purple town here in the south first. The attack will begin in about a minute of the game time. Basically, up here I'm going to have some scout and also my vagabonds. But in the meantime, I'm also going to be training some knights. I built a strip of road to connect this storehouse, which had iron weapons and armor. So I'll be creating a group, I think, of just 6 knights to help me, and so they'll arrive later on. But this village has quite a bit of troops. It's about, I think it's 300? 200 or 300. If you haven't seen my videos before, I basically am separating the crossbowmen and bowmen from the rest of the troops, and I'm killing them away from these building fences. And I'm killing the majority of them at the building fences. You can see there's a bowman right here that was selected. He is just firing at the groups as they come, and it draws them to these building fences. But this kind of reminds me of Northern Islands 1 in a way. How I first started when I conquered the bridge. And a shot I forgot to show earlier is that there was a pikeman that's going to come from this direction and come on this side where my crossbowmen are. But I'm going to manage to have him kill them. Have them kill him without any effort. Here he comes. Just thought that was neat to show also. Yeah, but this town was loaded with troops. But now I'm certain that I got all of the troops out of here. So I'm going to take out this tower, and because this town in the south starts to produce troops at 20... It starts to train recruits, I should say, at 20 minutes. Or maybe 45 minutes. I think, yeah, maybe it's 45 minutes. The rest of them train. I happened to take out this town first, but it was actually the smartest choice. Not much is going on right now. I'm just going to try to kill all the serfs. The winning conditions for this is to just kill all the troops. You don't have to destroy any buildings at all, but in order to ensure that there are no troops on the map, you have to go for the barracks. And so that's what I do here with the 6 knights that I created that I was telling you about earlier. But I also go and destroy all the typical military buildings, except for stables, for those who believe that stables are a military building, but in most maps they're not really considered an important building to kill. But I'm going to eventually come and attack the red AI, but for right now I'm not. I'm first going to go for the green AI after I build these building fences here, which I did. It's about 27 minutes or so. I could have done this faster. Alone what I said already, that you don't have to destroy the military buildings to win the mission. If you wanted to replicate this play and tried to beat my time of 84 minutes, then you will have an easier time to get it, I think. I saw that the tower got empty. The recruit went to go eat. And I decided to lure out that first group of knights. It made it a lot easier to do it that way. You'll see this again and again, but I'm going to use the same building fences here to take out even the yellow town, which is to the left of the green. But I just turn them around. Most of the time these bowmen and crossbowmen are not firing at the troops. I just have barbarians here. They're the most powerful unit there is in the game. So I said, why not use them? I'm going to be using my knights, which is the second most powerful. Saw that he killed its own knight with the stones. When I was playing this, I actually on one save reload, which I did reload quite a bit of saves for this one. Not as many as Northern Islands 1, but still enough. But anyway, on one of the save reloads, I managed to have him kill both of his knight with stones from his towers, not just one. But at this point, I have knights here that I drew out earlier, and by me coming in contact with him there, that drew out the crossbowmen. So the town is pretty much empty now. But at the same time, I was trying to take out the red AI. This is my town here, by the way. So you just go immediately to the west, and it's pretty much marsh here. So it's kind of a tight path, I guess I should say, to their town. I was still busy taking out the purple at the time, but I kept these scout here for when it was time to draw them out. Just shake off the stones, but I will be going for the red again. They have such a big army, I have to draw them out more than, like, I think maybe 3 or 4 times. This is the first. So I just moved my warriors to the other side of the building fences and take care of them, and then I'm going to move them to the other side to take care of the yellow army later. But I'm not going to come back to the green town until like maybe around 45 minutes, but just drawing them out from both the top and the bottom. And I forgot to show it also, but when I drew them out, these knights were chasing after my scouts, so I brought them here. I missed this part here. The rest of the army, as you saw, I drew them over here, but there's going to be some more knights later on that are going to come this way. as well, but these building fences in this particular way really worked out okay. I was a little bit uncomfortable with it, but the terrain was too bumpy that I couldn't really do a perfect line of building fences, but this still worked. Here I'm drawing them out again, so the knights are going to come, and this time it's not going to be as clean. It's going to be a little bit more messy. But I decided to link all these pikemen together and destroy these building fences up top here. Because the knights were coming, this is a nice little way to take care of them. And oh, they're going. I didn't know that, but they were coming over here. The problem at this point with the red town is that there are some troops that are deep within the town, like these warriors here. And the rest of the town is pretty much empty, but I couldn't imagine how productive this town can be. It looked kind of scary from the map editor. So I wanted to destroy it as soon as possible because I knew at 45 minutes, just by looking at the map and the replay, that they started to produce troops at 45 minutes. So this is the timing for that. I wanted to get my troops in to the barracks at 45 minutes or earlier to start, or at least to kill the serfs, that the recruits don't get trained in the schoolhouse, that it's the townsmen that get trained. I think this was the last chunk of them, so I'm going to send my vagabonds into the town to kill them there. Simultaneously, I know the green is going to have the same thing. They're going to start producing recruits at the same time. So simultaneously, you can see the clock up here at, it's currently this time, that I have them coming in, and I have the vagabonds. They're going to start killing the serfs in just a few seconds. This is another shot of the green village that you can see. They're pretty efficient in killing them. This is important too, is that with a weak troop like the Vagabond and groups, they can be very strong. So we'll see in a second that they'll be attacked by a knight, but they can take care of them without any losses, and also these crossbowmen won't kill them because they move quickly and there's more than one of them. So this kind of reminds me of Mission 11, the south town in Mission 11. In my previous video in 2 sides, I was talking about how that mission kind of reminded me of Mission 11 when you start out, but for some reason there's something about this town that reminds me of it. I guess because right above they have some watchtowers and a stone mountain here, and then above is this town, which is kind of close to where you are, so it's not exactly like it, but in a way that's what it kind of reminded me of, if I was going to say it at all. But my objective here was just to destroy the barracks, because the serfs were being relentless, coming around here and replenishing the schoolhouse and staying alive, being resilient, in other words. This town here kind of reminds me of the left town in Northern Islands 1, the big one that I killed last. Just the way the size of the village is and how the storehouses are by watchtowers and everything kind of remind me of that. So you could win this in a different order. You could go for red first and then come make your way down here so you don't have to breach through the purple to get to the green, however you want to do it. But around 1 hour I'm going to start attacking the yellow AI, who is the biggest, of course. and my warriors are ready for him. And I'm going to use these bowmen to filter out all the troops except for the crossbowmen. So it's the opposite. A typical way for me is to filter out the crossbowmen, but in this one I guess that's the main difference between them and all other maps, I guess I should say, except for Northern Islands 1, which I kind of did that in part of the map. You'll see in a little while though. There's definitely, I think it's 300 troops in here. Okay, here we go. So again, it looks like the recruit is going to eat, and so I take advantage of that. Perhaps that's why I waited, I'm not sure. I played this mission in 2017, so it's been a while. But now I'm going to... quite a few of them come after them. That's the first hit. I mentioned my Northern Islands 1 replay that you have to hit every one of these big towns 2 or 3 times to get all the troops out. A lot of troops here. This is at 10 times regular game time speed, as you can see, and it continuously goes and goes and goes. And so at this time I'm just doing this repetitively. I'm getting him to fire at everybody carefully, but not the crossbowmen. The crossbowmen I'm killing with my horsemen over here as they come after my horsemen that I guess I joined with them. Yeah, I put them really originally over here, so the whole army wants to come over here. But I stopped all of the rest of the types of groups, units besides the archers, and have them come over here to get killed by my warriors. Now I'll just show it again. I'm drawing them out because I missed it as I was explaining to you the other part of the map at the time, that I'm going to, on my second try, to hit them again. There's a serf that's feeding them, and so I took advantage of that. When he comes back from over here from trying to feed the hungry troops, so serfs like that right there. As he comes back, I'm going to take one of my scout. One of them comes back and hit him right around here by these cornfields. Here. Yeah, I think this is it. And that will draw out the next big chunk of them. Definitely reminds me of Northern Islands 1, the left town. So in the meantime, they're all getting killed here, not losing any at all. I'm just trying to keep his troops coming as they're being produced. Because right now, you can see in the top left of the map, there's yellow there, but eventually dissipates. But I had a problem I ran into with the crossbowmen. So I had to get my knights to run for their life and pick at the army that was chasing after them. Okay, so I rewind a little bit. This is when I first started to attack the yellow AI and started coming here. I should have kept track of this more, but I didn't. And the knight that was over here all the way to the right, that's the one they were after. But they kind of snuck up on me, especially after I drew out the second batch with my scout. This one. When they come, then I am paying attention to something, and too many of the crossbowmen come. I don't kill them as they came at a certain point. But this is how to overcome that. You have to use saves a little bit, but yeah, now it's just too much. So now I'm going to have them run. And they're running some more. But they have a few troops with them, like a swordsman and a pikeman, so I'm going to try to kill them first when they come. That way I can sneak up on the crossbowmen and kill them later. I have a mixture of scout and knight linked into one group, but I'm going to separate them. and I'm going to alternate between which groups get hits from the arrows in order to effectively not lose any. Actually worked out much smoother than what you would think. I finished killing the AI over there, so now I'm ready. I'm fully engaged in this part of the map. I just had these troops sitting here earlier. Now there's a few groups of crossbowmen left in here, or maybe just one, but I draw them out with him, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just bringing the crossbowmen over here to kill them, and this is the end of the mission. If you take a look at the thread, you can see that the Dark Lord predicted that the yellow AI starts training troops around an hour in, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. It wasn't my aim to attack the yellow AI when I did, but it seemed like it was just at that time that it was perfect to start killing them, because that's when they were going to start getting larger. As you can see, I pretty much didn't build anything. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I made a few bows, I think, that they were in there just in case, and some archers, but I didn't really use them. I created these 3 crossbowmen and I didn't use them at all like I should have. So this mission can be won faster in that way as well. You can just create more troops by this time. It's over an hour, and win it faster that way as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And much more so, my hat's off to the map makers. They worked on this for so many years, and I hope they continue to do it in the future whenever time permits. I was mainly posting this video because it was a request, and just to let people know about another campaign that was released. But maybe a lot of people don't know about it because I haven't seen a video about it on YouTube yet. Hopefully this is just the first, but not the last video of this campaign. Thank you for watching. If you're new to my videos, just go take a look at any of the videos in this playlist. I'm sure you'll enjoy them.